senior members of the executive gathered here, senior officials of government, past government officials, members of the Nimba Traditional Council, the Council of Chiefs represented here, members of the Nimba County Council represented here, members of civil society, Nimba stakeholders, student representatives here. It is always a great pleasure and pride to welcome all of you on behalf of the ever-forward moving people of Nimba to our capital city, Saniquellie. We are very happy, particularly, that we were chosen by the Ministry of Information to be the first county outside of Monserrate to host this edition of the government town hall. To the Ministry of Information, Honorable Piah, we say we are grateful, and Nimba has been selected. This government has been doing a lot over the last 18 months, and this town hall is going to afford you the opportunity to speak directly with our leaders in government and know how much this government has been doing. Have your say, make your input like I invited you to. I don't think it's a mistake that Nimba was the first county outside of Monserrate, because if you look at development indicators, you will know that Nimba is the fastest growing economic, political, and developmental frontier of this country. So with that being said, I think we'll be doing our own presentation from the Nimba angle. With that being said, we want to welcome these distinguished personalities, our leaders, and all you community leaders to this government town hall. Welcome to St. Louis, as he says. Welcome to Saniquellie. Thank you.
All right, this one for the president. Don't be knocking that drum here. They want that to talk. No drum here until we finish. Yeah? When we finish, then you can have the drum. Thank you, Sister Meapeh Gono, Superintendent of Nimba County. So, though this is not a legislative program as it were, but all right, so though this is not a legislative program, but there are big people. They carry oversight for us in this country. Before we call that individual to speak, let's let you know that we got something we call drone. Some will be flying here that will take picture and video. So when you see you flying, don't worry about it. Yeah, you know it. I let you see it. It's part of our life today. So our lawmakers will give us a small oversight statement. And I hear my sister say for the last 18 months. But this is purely for the ceremony of it. They are not the target today at all. Our implementers are the target. So now we all go from this district. The Saniquellie area here, that area, Ganta, they're all the president here. But everybody can talk. So now we'll speak for them. Okay, now less than 5 minutes. We are time bound. And we're serious about this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yo, yo. Unido dan halfway. Copa Polo. So I can look at the well, let me recognize the presence of my two colleagues from the Nimba Legislative Caucus. Romansi and Taharoke. Let me also recognize the presence of the people from the executive, the senior ministers, assistant ministers that have come to this education, Madam Superintendent and the county administration, our chiefs, our elders, student body, the civil society, the folk estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Well, we are gathered today, for me, in furtherance of the simple definition of democracy that we all learned in school. That is the government by the people, for the people, and of the people. This simple definition says that we put the government in power. The right is by the people. We also put the government in power, and we have the opportunity and the right to participate in the government, and that's why it's of the people. And the government put in power must be accountable to us, that why it's for the people. Anything that for you people must report to you on it. Huh? And so because the government is for us, those that have entrusted them to implement our policies are here today to give us report. We want to use this opportunity to say thank you to the Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism for this innovative communication approach. Instead of SB Monrovia, press conferences all through, I think, are coming to our people so that we can have some level of interaction. And in that way, they are accepting and yes, they are accountable to you, our people who put them in power. So on behalf of my colleagues from the Legislative Caucus, we say thank you for the opportunity. We are here to witness this town hall, and we hope that it proceeds very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. No?
Yeah, Flomo, thank you, sir. And so, I told you today, I was preparing you for this moment. The only thing that lives with human being that will stay here forever, people will come here and go. I told you was changed. And that's all. So the people who lead us here have made a small change here for importance. They've asked us to allow Harrison Kanye, a big partner, let's say, in the development drive here, to give us 2 minutes of statement. Thank you. Harrison Kanye, big brother, former Minister of Interior.
Harrison Koung, former former Superintendent of Nimba,
veteran Nigerian politician.
I saw it. Okay. The Honorable Yanflobo, representing the Nimba Legislative Caucus, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, my father Minister, and the Minister of Commerce, also our Minister, because we need export permit to go with. Then the Minister Jerolinmek, Piah, my cabinet colleague, will confirm the scene day. Where is Honorable Piah? Okay, let me say Honorable Piah, Minister of Labor, Honorable Depozuo, Deputy Minister for Economic Affairs, Minister of Finance and Development Planning, all other ministers here present today. Let me say, distinguished government and platform guests, Honorable Superintendent and the local government of Nimba County, the Nimba youth, Nimba women, Nimba elders. I see somebody over there, Zamnakawa. So it has to be the traditional council. The fourth estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today first representing the Nimba Elders Council. The Elder Council heard about this engagement and they thought that we should come here and support our council officials hosting the country and to pledge our unflinching support for all of the good things that are going on. As former superintendent, former minister, former managing director of FDA, former chairman of FDA board, I'm always a government official. So I should support what the government does and collaborate in my own way. So we are very happy to be here. And we tell our people thank you also for coming in their numbers to engage the government in this dialogue. So, having said that, Madam Superintendent, you can always rest assured that the former Superintendent Association backs you and they see you doing a very great job. Thank you to everybody.
All right. Let's see people gather today. There's something wrong here, huh? There's something can bring people. Today, Government Town Hall is happy to be in partnership with the Central Bank of Liberia, the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Corporation Company, whatever, the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, Meapeh Steel Liberia, and the Liberia Revenue Authority. Great, I'm told that people of Floyd Truman is Jungle Waters. I hear him phone. But as ever, he's a shadow man. He's around. Thank you for coming, Floyd. And we will now go into business, which means we got aspects of our deliveries today that you must begin to listen to. By the way, our big guest of honor, who may arrive anytime soon, somewhere, was meant for him to address, is Koung, Vice President of the Republic of Liberia. He may arrive in time. We still expect him. He's our leader. May we give him a big hand of applause. And we'll hear the applause of the Lord. Thank you. So as it is today, we like to get a big official statement before we take our little cultural performance. Let's get the man whose vision this is. The man whose vision this is. Jerolinmek Piah is Liberia's current Minister of Information. So he will come and deliver the overview, the thought thread of why we are here today. Thank you. This one better.
Information Minister Jerolinmek Piah, who will do the overview of the government town hall dialogue here in Saniquellie, Nimba County.
Nimba County, that's you correct? What are you ready? Yeah, do Nimba, that's you. Hey, all right? Doctor for me now. No, some of the speakers said it well already. The way we do government communication, we do press conferences, we go on radio stations, where they didn't give us chance to talk because Tony and the general want to show that they're tough. So you can't be communicating, they're going up and down. We do newspaper business, we do magazines, all kinds of things. We've been struggling to find out how the people fit into all the means of communication. There is somehow about certain group of people, those who are strong to take a telephone, you call, hello, I'm John Brown calling from my comfort zone. Everybody can do that. So we said we got to find a way where we take the government to the people. If you look in this hall, all of them here, your superintendent here, agriculture minister here, commerce minister is here, finance ministry here, labor ministry, the war crime code, the foreign ministry, which is the dean of the whole cabinet, all of them here. physically you will not have a chance to see them. But through this program, we brought them not just to you, but you will have a chance to ask them questions about the work they're doing, especially the one that affects your country. So we thought to bring this kind of program so you face your government official face to face, and we carry it all over the country. We started in Monrovia, now we're in Nimba. We go in all the countries so that they can face the government official. And I must admit that your attendance in Nimba is okay, but we're not surprised. Nimba County can support every good thing. Fill up that for yourself. When our time comes to ask questions, the thing that been on your heart about what the government doing, that you've been looking for answers to, you got the chance now to ask them right. Don't miss that chance. When our time comes, let me straight. If our public works, whatever they do, you got some issue with it that been on your heart, it been hurting you, you want to ask them to tell you what is this issue, a year now. If that post and telecommunication area, sitting there, something happening, walk around people here too. Some people say, we won't walk around go. Some people say, we want it. You want to walk around and talk to them here. It brings you face to face with everybody. So, we thank you for coming. We thank the superintendent. Powerful day. You are going to call for a good while. But the energy I have seen her shown in this position as superintendent, let's give it up to her. Clap for the superintendent. And to the government does too. Let's do the government 3 branches, but also work together. That is just sitting outside the superintendent. That's how the country is supposed to be. Doesn't matter whether you come from different parties, in different parties. Look at the ministers, agriculture, commerce, everybody here. They were coming to deal with you, the Nimba people, so they can talk. But they were also coming to support your son, who is our vice president, the man who's doing a great job. And you, Nimba people, should be proud of this man who gave us as vice president. Now, I cannot correct him for the whole president. You know what I mean for the president to say, okay, the tax is getting high. Maybe some things high. And I want people to look at it. So you say the person who has trust. Very deeply, he added, I tell you something, you say, I trust this man deeply. So he will chair the committee that will look at all the press buildings that are making our country so that looking difficult spot that the man trust to put in the face. And if you just go back and know that there were times in this country where president and vice president were even going to speak, then you know that it's not a great man. So thank you for coming. Have a good time.
All right, so great. Jerolinmek Piah, our Minister of Information. Government Town Hall is envisioning inclusivity and unity under such pragmatic theme. It wants community, a community of many voices. They want to be able to have you on the table, all of us sitting here talking. They want to be able to unite in progress, all of us to get united. They want us to be able to be different, but with one thing, vision, and that is growth, which the human being seeks. We want to thank you. So Government Town Hall today, the second leg, second session and edition, sitting at Nimba, Vice President Koung as the lead panelist. And like I said, he may just join us anytime soon. He's accompanied today by Alexander Luther, by Zuo, by great Sister Biwe, great. All these people have come so to talk to you thematically about what the government has achieved in the last 18 months of running our country. then we give ourselves another hand of applause. You're not clapping. We got to. So we will take a small, no more than 2 minutes of cultural performance. So we shake up small. If we can, then shake up. Exercise is good for
now, shockingly, many of those
our cultural people, where are you?
always hear these ministers
Very good.
by their name on social media or through the radio, but yet to see them. So today, this is an opportunity for them for the first time to see all of their ministers, those that are invited to discuss the issues, like the labor minister, like the public work, the finance, the commerce, and the rest. So you see, the town hall, it gave the sense of connectivity between the locals and the government officials, those that were appointed by the president. Many of them were appointed, but the citizens have no interactions with them. So this is the first time for them to be interacting with the authorities appointed by the president. Traditional leaders are here as well from Nimba County to grace the occasion. That was a little bit of cultural performance by the culture troupe in Nimba County. Still here at the town hall, the government town hall. Come, let's talk here.
Today, it's time to talk your government. We went to election in 2023 and got a government elected. They've been there for 18 months. The Ministry of Information, through the GTH Government Town Hall, Kapakulolo, has determined to let you know through your direct interaction with the people responsible for your governance. So we'd like to get a broad perspective. We want to hear from the whole government first. As our Vice President comes, we will be joined by our man who was in charge of planning and development, who should be the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, but he said today the Koung and Piah. No? You went outside, eh? Who can? Don't stay there. You're going out. You're going out. All right, so Piah is in the hall. Now, my people, bring your English down. I'll tell you something. They will be looking at that one, but the one way you're talking like one on here go. You can play there where you don't go. And that's all. So our man Zuo, the Zuo, will take the podium for 10 minutes to tell us how the government look broadly in terms of moving our country forward. The last 18 months since their election to our governance. Thank you. Debu, your time.
While Honorable Zuo is about to begin his presentation, we'd like to recognize the Honorable Minister of Labor, Councillor Kura. Councillor Kura, you are welcome. Please keep your questions as Honorable Zuo is making his presentation. Just write your questions down, because at the end we'll have questions and answers.
So, my name is Meapeh the Zuo. I'm here to just let us know and appreciate ourselves as a country, where we are coming from and where we are right now. Our distinguished platform guests, senior officials are here, our traditional chiefs, elders, our mothers, students. I know standing here today to present about our national development plan is also an opportunity for me to say that I have come home to appreciate you, to let you know that the time you took, you put in time to vote, you put in time to work, you put in time to send your children to school, you got a result through your own time. Yes. So, our president, you know, all of us know that he's still in government, right? And since he worked in government for long, he wanted to be president. He didn't depend on other people's ideas. He really know what he went through and what he want to change and where he want to go. And when he leave office, he want to know where he leave his children. That's the first thing he did. For us, if you know your parent wants something good for you, you tell you, say, I'm planning this for you, right? So our president, from the time he started his ambition to say from 2017, he said, I want something to do. And this reason, all of us here are young people who are behind him. And he said, for Liberia to be better, there are few things we need to do. We will not do all. So the thing we need to do, you look at it. So we put it together and ask him, our pa, what do you want us to do? He said, in the country, all the work I'm not doing, I'll be looking at. Because when my children don't have food, the house can be noisy. The first thing he prioritized, they call agriculture. So he want to feed the children first. Like who part there, right? The next thing that there is that when children get food, they also need to go somewhere. So I'll be looking at it because I work from Lofa. By the time I come from Lofa, I work from Lofa. I do better for it to get to Monrovia. So I don't want for all children that are coming up, when they want to come to Monrovia and don't go anywhere, they kind of walk. So I focus on what? Road. So he said, besides that, when I let my children be here, they got road, they need to have discipline, they need to have a system where rule of law. I mean, they want to respect the law. The next thing I follow is you put it together. Rule of law. And that means there should be code. If people having power, they go to court. If anybody wrong you, you go tell the chief, they go investigate. Then there will be no noise. Because we went through the noise before, we went through war. He said, you put that one down. Yeah, from there, he said, all the things you're doing, the future of the children, that is important thing I want. You can put road here, you put food here, you go, somebody protect them, police, all of them be there. But nothing they are here, that's trouble. So the next thing, they'll put education down. When you put education down, you educate your children, they can make more money, they can take care of you, they respect you, and the place become peaceful. You understand that? So he said, besides that, when the children go to school, there will all be problem. People getting sick. All the water on the road, tell water all over the place. They'll put that one down. We call it health and sanitation. They say, but we still on the country, some people can travel all over the place, things getting better for them. I want for people to be coming in the country, so you try your best, your plan, how to make it play good for strangers that to come here. Because when strangers come to you, they don't play that they're coming to just see your house. They will be able to pass around, some of them will come to build house, some of them will come for vacation, some of them will go look for a job, some of them will create job. So, you put that one down. I want to go tourism. So when you hear President Bonner, he keep on playing and say, for me to carry the country forward, I look at this and I call out, I rest. So, in any case, before you go anywhere, you should know where you're coming from. So that this thing, the president decided and said, you're putting it together. And this arrest agenda, for those of you who know English, I'm going to be going simple English and also our vernacular sometimes. This is intended to give us a guide. And once the president look at this, all the ministers you see here, so he told them, follow this, that's what you're supposed to be doing. For those who do agriculture, when they do agriculture, it's not only for only agriculture minister. It means you will need road to go to agriculture farm. You will also need electricity. You will need all the lights, everything to make agriculture better. And after doing that, what happened next? We put it together And with that, we'll give 5 major key pillars. The address is intended to drive us along the way. So here we have, that's why I said I don't know, it's not going to depend on technology. So under the arrest agenda, we need to look at it from the point where, first, before you do agriculture, is issue about the economy. So the first pillar that there is economic transformation. When the president took office, we were back off. In fact, we were all plenty money. So people went and took money and credit all over the place. And you know when you are father or children, you go credit, what happened? So now they can't collect debt, they step you, right? So he said, no, you're taking the whole of this thing. The people who owe, you try to pay them and talk to them. The people who need money, you look for money and give it to them. So economic transformation is where we see how our economy is going to go in the next 6 years. And from there, the decision to be is to ensure that we are not allowing people who hold money to be there for nothing money in their pocket. So for now, I know some of you will be hearing, oh, what happened the money? You guys we can't depend on different people's money. We have to depend on our own money, right? So the best thing to do is to ensure that what we own in our pocket is good and we know how to use it. The next thing that is to ensure that people who want to go for money to make market, they have access to banks. So you hear almost all the banks now, people are now getting money. In fact, as you say now, next thing that they see mobile money. Everybody want money today, you can ask somebody to send it to you. If you don't do it so, your children suffer. Under economic transformation, we have agriculture to ensure that we are giving food and the opportunity for our citizens. Besides the economic transformation pillar that we have at the first pillar, what we want to also look at is to say road and infrastructure. There are certain key roads that we want to be open. For example, you are in Nimba here, right? From here all the way to Lugwatu. People who go to Lugwatu may have difficulties. Their road has not been completed. We are working to complete it. Go to 7P, go all the way. You are going to branch there. For now, those who come from Ghana, they go to Tamata. So now you're not sleeping in the morning anymore. You guys put it together. We did that all over. Now, after road, he wants to make sure you have electricity under infrastructure. That there should be light. In fact, some people in other countries, they want to come to Nimba because in Nimba country, for your power here, everybody want to come. These are the areas we have under infrastructure to ensure we have it. Under the same economic transformation, you have something that has to do with mining company and everything that we do here to make sure that we have more money. The next thing that he wants for us to do, which we put it on paper, is to ensure that the education system from college all the way to elementary school, our children have the opportunity. And I'm saying this to you to say that Nimba County, the first thing, you now have a college here, and you have other colleges beside the government college. There's not all to it. What we need for your children to be good student, good citizen, is the quality of education. I know the people who are coming, the education minister, all of these people are here because for us, we can only put the paper together and the people who will do the work, they will come and speak to you in detail. And under education, the first thing that we need to look at here is to make sure that the foundational learning, when your children have a strong foundation, they become strong. Besides that, under health, we want to ensure that the primary health is fully taken care of. I don't know. There's no way. But that means you're not going to leave friends to go to Ghana, to go to Africa, or go to Nigeria, or go to India. These are things that the president asks us to put together. And we put them together, those who are in charge, he asks me every month, what are you doing? What have you done? Where are we? Every day. If we go to cabinet meeting, we do the same thing there. In terms of what we call, tourism, We never had tourism ministry before. The president had made sure we have a tourism minister, and they already passed the act. These things are things that are actually going to help us tomorrow for people to see that Nimba. I want to tell the superintendent, thank you. Where is she? I know the issue of the tiller. When we were talking first, we went all the way to Europe for climate change. We were discussing it. I said, if you put the tiller and make it a place where everyone will see the water, and not how to it. When we built the first the tiller, it became a good place. All the houses are here. Some people can come to just go to the mountains to home. You know why people will be coming here? They'll be going to the mountain to go home. They'll go look for fish. They'll go look for all the deer. Or someone they can just come and say, I want to see leopard. So all people will be coming here. And your children will be able to interact with Google people and be able to learn. So the Ministry of Tourism, it was the personal agenda. It's already been established. Now let's go to where we are now. As a country, before, I have two things to say to you people. Especially those of you in Nimba. Before the president came to power, we could not at any point in time go out and tell anyone, say, I'm from Liberia. You know that two things you look at you for as a Liberian. One is that you come from a country that came from war. Huh? When I say war, they have some kind of bad way of looking at you, right? Under this agenda, the president brought about reconciliation. So that whatever happened in the past, everyone should now see peace as an option. So in this case, the plan with doing all the building things, he said, we'll build road, we'll make sure that we build hospital, we'll build school, and everything, if the people are not together, and they are not at peace, everything will break down, right? As the same thing that happened to us. So in this case, I will say to you, we all have to see it. If you look at all the payroll and what are listed there, I'm sorry that the machine, you know that what people think and do. Depending on what I won't bring. They all disappear. So the next thing that there is besides the reconciliation, the next thing that we need to look at as a country that is very much important, that improving our image as a nation now, is how we manage our natural resources to help us. As we speak, let me say this. The president asked us, those of us who can do the planning, that plan on how our natural resources, our gold, our diamond, and everything here, how will it help us to use it better so that we can be in poverty? That's the next thing we have. And this one is one of the major things. Those of you in this county, I want you to understand that the president, with the plan he's doing, he has made sure all these things are placed on paper. I'm not just talking, even though I know before then people say, oh, the picture will show, the picture not show, but these things are also written. The next thing that he has done, one more minute. Mm-hmm. The next thing he did is commissioners. Where we go now, the president wants you to be able to plan for yourself and tell your people what you want to do. Then you give it to the people that are in Morocco that we have been sitting. So last year we came here and asked all of you people, the same thing you told us, we put it on paper. And the Local Government Act is going to now be enforced so that all of you people will know what government is doing, where the money will go. And the important thing that there is that the money that they will collect, some of it will come to the country. Are you hearing it? So, for us to have a better, stable nation, the Local Government Act is going to now be enforced, where there will be revenue sharing, and whatever that comes from your country, 40% of that will come to you, that you can sit down and design your own plan and make your country better. I thank you very much. That's it.
Thank you, Honorable Gono. Thank you so much. Before we go to our next presenter, we will
entertain 4 questions, 2 male, 2 female. We'll take the first question from there, my brother.
My morning Ego Engine Swan, a former city of Bomba City. Mine is not question. Mine is an appeal and also to inform this body. I want to first be grateful to the superintendent for the hard work. But our superintendent, that was the work I was doing, setting home in Bomba City. And when I want to complain, they will retire. So we appeal that you look at direction. Somebody left this bill. A good that the minister is here, Minister of Information is here. The president invited us. Somebody there here May 14. And he listened to what he said. He want to be the other party to call all of us together. We still look up to the minister. Please remind the president. And the last one is.
No. Stop right there. The day is not for you, it's for many people. Thank you.
Next question.
Next question.
Yes, sir.
Your name and your point. Quickly, 1 point to a person.
Okay.
Thank you.
My name is Thomas Kiosua. I'm a former county inspector of Nimba and former deputy minister.
And by the way, please limit your question to the post presentation.
But the fact that let me say thanks to the Waka government within a year, almost a year and 8 months. We have seen a lot of transformation that we are impressed, particularly in Nimba County. We are impressed with the work of the superintendent and the work of the government. My question goes to Honorable Koung. When they say Minister of Finance, most of the people were thinking about a very important issue. The policy you go on the end and say the minimum support government worker are 150. But we still see people getting 18,000, 15,000. Please address yourself with that.
Thank you. The good news here is that someone is saying 150, but at least the person is receiving it. Right? Now to say, now I want to pay, this one I want to pay. 3 more now my pay income. And the person that is as well. The real story that there is that from what we see, no one is making below the 150. And I'm going to explain to you what is happening. Some of the people who are complaining is because 2 things happening in government. The first thing there was, before then, government worker, some people were not deducting social security from them, with no withholding from them. And people getting retired, they go to last one, they don't even have a record. So this government, for the sake of transparency, the president said, everyone is a man of us. You'll be deducted from your pay. The next thing that there is that you also, as an income required, they will also take your own taxes from them. So by the time they do the deduction, and some people who are complaining, the last time they now go to display what kind of thing on the air. Some of the people who are talking, if you go to the bank, beside your pay you take it, you go borrow money from the bank. The bank will deduct your money first. You'll take their money first before they give out to you. So by the time they do all the deduction, the real money that comes to you is what you see in your account. Another thing which we want to explain to people, need to understand now, is that we have a pay system now where first we used to give, if you owe a government to pay you $100, they give you what? $100 in like $100 and $80 in US dollars. But because, like I said earlier, for us to appreciate our own economy, we want to make sure that instead of using too much US dollar, so we want to see how to transition, that we can start making people to depend on US dollar. So the first test we did is to reduce it to what? 30%. So it means if you're making $100, only $70 will come to you in US dollars. So the person says, oh, my money cost. No. You said your Liberian dollar sign is higher than what you were coming before. So they can't tell you, say, oh, because my money short. No, it's not short. Your Liberian dollar is more than what you were receiving before, or your US dollar is less. So this kind of education, actually, we need to do it, but sometimes we expect those who are in the ministry and agency to tell their people. As of this, last year, November, this year, January, we say going forward. In fact, again, we wanted to increase it to 35%, 35, 65. But because all the laws will come in and say, okay, let's go on small, let's do more education. Then we'll now go back up. Because when you go to Guinea, they put everything pay what Guinea say, all right? Sierra Leone, Leon, right? So, that's the problem you see there. But to say people money come, no. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
My name is Joyce. I work for the SDA Church, also reading environmental science at Nimba University. I heard my father saying that we should manage our resources. And now we have the Gono in Liberia now taking our forest. So what can the government do about the Gono so that they can leave our forest alone? Thank you.
Thank you very much. You know, this issue is very much important. I know the Burkina Faso, many of it recently I heard in here printing, right? But sometimes this is how we look at it. No student can come anywhere without seeing your senior father, right? Huh? So sometimes student father told them say they'll come. When student come and see the play good and say, well, you want me to go back, I can stay there small with you. When the bad thing are happening, then they say, oh, but let me small, go there, let me small, let me make you find there. When they Burkina Faso go, they start working, they say, oh, but if more is wrong, the children stay in town. Then they start bringing it, they say, oh, but you don't get to the work, open your brother ain't happy. Now how the Burkina Faso are coming. But again, they are seeing black people and African. We need to look for ways, those who are in charge of the immigration, when they come in, we need to put in place a system where we will recognize them and how long they will be here, they will talk it. So, but again, the government is working very hard to solve the problem. Not to allow anybody to come. When students come to you, you tell the government as students here to tell you that you go back. That's the next thing government to do now. So, my sister, I want us to all be together and work hard. Instead of us looking more and let the different labor to come here, we need to utilize the labor force we have here. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, my sister here will be the last person to ask this question.
Okay, my name is Nene G2, National Year Organization of the Festival Coordinator for Nimba. I want to appreciate representation and I want to appreciate our president. You talk about road construction. I want to know whether these roads that they are building is accessible for persons with disabilities. Because if you see along the road, you don't see any place that somebody with wheelchair will park, even somebody with white cane will get a space to park, and we see motorbike playing all day and night. So that's my question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a very brilliant question.
But as far as I'm concerned now, some of the government building will build it. We make sure that you have accessible area for people with wheelchairs. Especially where you have public facilities. But for road construction, I don't want to go in that territory. I like the public work minister when you can't use the one.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. Now listen to me. There's a format that we're going to go with. So we don't stay here till tomorrow morning. The Minister of Agriculture. You listen to the book. Thank you. You give him a hand of applause. The first letter in this government's agenda is A. Right? Agriculture. Very important, especially for us rural people. So he will now speak and answer questions individually like today. From here now, the other people, all of them will make their 5-minute statement. Then we'll take a few questions and we'll pack off and go. so that we can stay here forever. Hey, who? You're not talking. Hey, who? All right, thank you. So, on the government's agenda in this country, arrest the A stand for agriculture, the farming business, and farming are not only the plant, the animal power, how we get food, everything. So the man the president appointed to lead that for us, at least for now, is Alexander Luta. We are happy to have him. So Alexander Luta will come and address us on what they have done in 18 months. In 5 minutes. And then you're asking questions. The one you will be able to talk in 5 minutes. Because we gotta go. There's no time for anybody, time to die, time to die. Alexander Luta, Minister of Agriculture.
Minister of Agriculture, Alexander Luta, take the podium.
At the time, for the moment, right? What did he say? The man the president appointed as Minister of Agriculture from now. I am the Minister of Agriculture. But let me just say, we know agriculture is the most important sector in our economy. And why do I say that? Agriculture creates jobs for more than 75% of our population. And even our economy, the GDP, agricultural contribution is more than 35%. That makes agriculture critical. But if you see on the board there, the reason why we have that there is to tell you the potential we have as a country. Liberia as a country has 9.63 million hectares of land. The entire country we have 9.63 million hectares. And out of the 9.83 million hectares, we have 4.06 million hectares that you can grow crop on. We call those areas arable lands. And in Liberia, our land, about 1.5 million hectares of our land is called water. That means we got water almost everywhere in this country. If you have that potential, it means you should not be poor. Liberia should not be a poor country. Liberians should be able to feed themselves. So what did we do when President Walker asked us to serve this position? We tried to put a plan together that will guide what we do. If you see the map here, and let me just make this statement for Nimba County. Nimba is my favorite counties. It's among my favorite counties here, and it's the number one. As Minister of Agriculture, I have visited Nimba more than any other county because of what I know Nimba can do. Nimba is the county that has the potential to feed us in all of the crops. Okay, the map is not there anymore. But if you look at the map that was over there, we have been able to access the entire country, the 4.06 million hectares of land we have for crop production. When they got the green, all the green spots we grow for rice, cassava, corn, and what we call maize. We grow it for coffee, we grow it for oil palm. If you look at those green spots, you will see that Nimba falls across all of the green spots. That means Nimba has the greater potential to produce just anything in this country. You see where the map for the corn is where we don't do well. But you see the location of Lofa, Nimba. Nimba is in the green. If you look at rice, from Lofa coming down to Bond, Nimba, to down to Maryland, some part of Grand Crew, Saniquellie, and all that, and we can feed ourselves. See that green spot? It tells us that Liberia can feed ourselves. If you see cassava, the same thing. Here, the last one is oil palm. the entire country is green. It means in this country, there is no reason why we should be importing margarine because it comes from oil palm. There is no reason why we should be importing the apple oil, the what we call apple oil. Most of those are refined oil palm products or palm oil. So we shouldn't be. So if you see oil palm there, Liberia has 4.06 million hectares, but we have land that we have about 3.5 million hectares that we can grow oil palm in this country. So we should all be wealthy. We got more than 1.6 million hectares that we can grow coffee on. And Liberia, let me make this clear, Liberia was one of the prize in the international cocoa market because we have a unique brand of coffee called Liberia. Liberia is a unique coffee brand that has a distinct taste. Way back, more than 100 years ago, Liberian coffee won a prize, world prize in America, because of the taste it has. But Nimba was one of the areas that coffee production was taking place. Those are us who know about NCADP, right? Huh? We were growing coffee, we know the LPNC were buying coffee from us here. But today, where is our coffee? We're not growing much of coffee. Corn, cassava, rice, we can grow all. So, to tell you that we can do these things to help ourselves, and we have not been helping ourselves, is a problem. So, when the president asked us to hold this position, we came up with a plan. What the government will do to enable you, the farmers, produce more rice to feed ourselves, to grow more cassava for you, the women and the young people, to be able to make some money and send your children to school and feed yourself, to be able to do more corn. Corn. Why is corn important? All the chicken eggs we eat here, most of them we used to buy from different countries. And the reason why we can't grow more chicken here is because the food the chicken eat, most of what they throw in that food are corn. But in Liberia, we don't grow more corn. Because we don't grow more corn, to feed one chicken, the price of feed is very high. I always say this, before I became minister, I was a farmer, right? I was having small poultry farm. In my chicken, I was having 120 chicken. Then something happened, reduced to 66. But the 66 chicken I was having to lay egg. Every 10 days, I used to buy 2 bags of feed. The 2 bags of feed I would buy from Brown, $80. 1 bag 40, or not 40, $80, 10 days. I feed my chicken. My chicken will lay 1 carton of egg. Then I will go sell the carton for $60. So I spend $80 to buy the food, then I made $20. I mean, I lose $20, right? Because I was selling my system. Because I'm opposed here. So when they first the feed is expensive, so the government said no, we got to grow more corn ourselves. The same